The Creation of All. Chapter 10. Miga, Tadate, and I followed the lights Kaduki and Gura left on to get back to the campsite they set up. I wonder how long Kuiga will wait down there. She seems to think Vane will dig his way back out of there. Since he survived that falling ship, maybe he will. We waited with her well after the sun set, but didn't want to hang around anymore. Thick clouds are swirling above us in the sky, blocking out the moons, and making everything almost pitch black. You two feeling okay? I asked them, hoping they're not too depressed over the loss. Don't worry, I have other ideas to get this revolution off the ground. I want to reassure them. I know Mika can get emotional in these. We lost! We're a bunch of losers and the whole world saw it! Mika shouts, and here come the tears. Losing is the only thing that ruins her happy mood. I gotta agree, Bodaka. I'm not feeling very good right now. I'll feel better when I'm drunk, Tadate says as he walks past me. Today was humiliating, so I'm glad only one of us is crying about it. Also, we lost Vane. Isn't he the crux of our whole revolution? Our secret weapon? So many of your plans relied on him. Miga cries, and it will be a loss if he never comes back. Relax. He could still dig his way out. Even if he doesn't, I still have plans that don't involve him. Either way, he was never going to get what he wanted. Sad. But he does need to be punished. We should give Quigas hers in the morning. I don't tolerate the disrespect they showed, Tadate says, and we all agree. We arrive at the campsite. The craft is parked in the back, the fire in the center, 3 tents set up around it, and Kaduki and Gura are sitting around the fire. That was the most annoying way to lose, Gura whines without even looking at us, and we all sit around the fire. Would have been nice if either of you two stepped up to fill in. I told you I didn't want to do that. You could be asked to do anything in those contests. People have died, Kaduki says, making excuses for himself. Ditto, Gura calmly says back. It doesn't matter that much. There are other ways to get the money, I say to reassure everyone. We're going to get killed, Kaduki snaps as he's prone to being easily scared. I need to say something to calm him down. We're all here because we weren't happy living any other way. You're here because you just like following us. Listen, I promise I'll make sure you don't have to do anything directly. You can just work behind the scenes. I'm actually excited about your idea to skydive from the Heister territory, Gura says. I knew you would. It's the most exciting operation I've planned. My contacts up there are on board too. I wrote up some new plans last night. I walked to the craft to get them to show everyone. It just seems a bit too much for us or anyone to do. Kaduki continues to whine, doubting himself as he opens the food box to get something to cook over the fire. We already could die any moment when we fight other rogue groups. Besides, Satan keeps all the other nations under their foot. They have all the power. They have the latest and greatest technology and weapons, while all of us only get what they let us have, and we have to obey out of fear. Don't you want to try to make a change? I wouldn't mind dying if just to try to accomplish something like that with my life, I say before putting a hand on the craft's doorway. We're living just fine the way we are, Kaduki says, and I'm bored. I know most of you are too. I mean, if we die, so long as we at least give Sidon a black eye, then that'll have been a life worth living, I say. People will remember us, even if Sidon tries to make them forget. Not everyone will. Miga gives her opinion, and Tadate pats her on the shoulder in agreement. Thank you, Miga. Well said. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I care about Lorita. It's our nation. I'd love to see us be the ones to overthrow the giant. So Lorita and all other nations can truly show what we're all each capable of. We're going to die, Kaduki says bluntly. He's young. He still hasn't seen the potential some people can have. You already raised that concern. If it's that big a deal for you, you can leave, Kaduki, I say to him, knowing you won't. Once we build our numbers, you'll see it won't seem so impossible. When I was with the Masculus, I learned that they had established a base in every nation, and we can do that too. It's not as hard as it sounds. Saying that seems to have perked Gura up. There's something I've thought about my whole life, and that's why I've agreed to do this. It's something I've never told anyone before. It didn't matter because there was nothing I could do about it. But now that we're starting a revolution, this could help be a motivator. Gura starts to say, and she's never said anything like this before. I have some knowledge from my birthright. One of my ancestors was from Saitan, and I inherited knowledge on several different possible methods to conquer other planets. I always wondered, what if Dreorg is one of those planets? What if Sidon has been waiting for the chance to conquer them and get all the Zir stones they want? Dreorg has only given them 15 stones, and only gives them another when they're convinced Sidon lost one. Sidon would be unstoppable. I mean, it's just a concern, but it could be real, even though it's been a while and Sidon hasn't tried anything yet. I've always been worried that they might. I knew you were descended from Sidon, but normally people with that information aren't allowed to leave. How do you get here?
Kaduki asks Gretta, and I'm sort of curious to know myself.
That's a question for my ancestors. I have no idea. Somehow they managed to slip out. It's just a hunch of mine that Sidon is planning something like that, you know?
Maybe, or that could be why security got so much tighter since those days. I throw out a guess.
You're all crazy and suicidal. If you want to do this, fine. You can drop me off at the nearest town in the morning. It didn't feel real until I saw you announce it all in front of that crowd. I can't take this anymore.
Kaduki says, getting up from his seat and walking up to me. Kaduki, don't be like that, I say, surprised that he's saying he wants to leave us. He puts his hand on the craft's doorway and waits, like he's trying to think of what to say. Hey, no need to storm off in a huff. Take a seat. We still have something to talk about. We all turn to look back at Kaduki's seat to see a dark red-skinned person sitting there. He's wearing black clothes and has a white hair tied in a long braid.
Who are you?
Kaduki shrieks, startled just like the rest of us. I'm Tefano, and I'm looking for something. A special FBW. Maybe you've seen it. Gray skin, red hair, white lines all over it. Does that sound familiar to anyone?
We're all silent. None of us says a word, and we're all immediately suspicious and distrust this person who just showed up like a phantom.
Really? Is no one going to speak up? We can force you to talk if you make us. Tefano threatens us while sounding as friendly as he can. And who is us? I ask, glancing side to side, searching for any signs of anyone else out there. She's right behind all of you. As soon as he says that, I spin around, as does Kaduki. Unlike him, the others know well enough to keep their eyes on the enemy. Looking back, I see a giant mouth opening right above me. It snuck up behind me in that short moment and got on the craft without making a sound. It's over 10 feet wide and 7 feet tall, filled with over 10 rows of 5-inch long teeth. The mouth lunges down to bite into me. I jump back towards the fire, and hundreds of thin needles are shot out of the face of this creature, stabbing into my body. I suddenly start to feel slow. My body starts going numb, but I won't let it stop me. We're under attack! As soon as I shout this, my team jumps into action. Kaduki grabs the weapons from the craft, and instead of throwing them to us one at a time, he throws them on the ground. Mika starts fighting with Tefano. He immediately jumps up and starts fighting on equal ground with her. He must have a high FE too. Mika tries to strike his face with a punch, but he wraps his arm around hers, takes out a knife and tries to stab her arm. She stabs the ground with her tail and tries to pull away, but Tefano already had the tip of his tail wrapped around the base of a nearby small tree. Needing to act, Mika ducks and twists her body, dislocating her shoulder, and pulls her arm free with just a scratch. I want to go help her. Together we could drop that guy in 5 seconds, but I'm surrounded by these wriggling limbs of this monster. They keep shifting, changing, growing claws, spikes, and more joints. I've never seen anything like it. Gretta has grabbed a rifle while Tefano got his spear. The tip is filled with Krelly, so it shocks whatever it stabs. I slip on my metal sleeves that have 3 rows of blades along them. The monster is on top of the craft, reaching out to grab us. We all attack with the arms to keep them away, but they keep coming, not letting up. I can't get to Mika. I didn't see where Kaduki ran off to. I'm not going to be able to help Mika until I killed this thing first. Terate, Gretta, cover me. The two attack the limbs to keep them away from me, and I turn to the creature, preparing to jump, but I instead fall on my knee. My body is being more affected than I thought. 3 of the hands grab me, and the others grab and restrain Terate and Gretta. These fingers start digging into me so much that it causes us to start bleeding.
The thing you're looking for got pulled underground by a Durgrid hours ago.
I hear Kaduki shouting from a safe distance. This causes the monster to stop moving. It can really understand what we say. It's intelligent. Ours? Tefano asks, sounding devastated. It must be dead by now. That means our mission failed. He just lowers his arms, and Mika quickly fixes her shoulder and kicks him in the head, sending him to the ground. He didn't even try to avoid it. Unfortunately, the monster doesn't respond the same way. It lets out a horrifying screech before flinging us up into the air. We hit the ground and are pummeled by these limbs that grow stone plates on them. We all manage to get away and spread out. Since this monster is just attacking wildly, it's not aiming at any of us. Do we even need to still kill this thing? The monster jumps off the craft and takes a completely different form, one of a giant. It stands on 2 legs, 30 feet tall, towering over us, solid black color, eyes gray, and soon from under its feet spreads a red viscous fluid that quickly spreads across the ground. It quickly covers our feet and the searing acidic burning is immediate. We all start screaming in pain, resisting the urge to fall on our hands and knees as the fluid has become thicker, trapping our feet in it. "Stop it! Let them go or I'll tear out his throat!" Mika threatens, holding her claws up to Tefano's neck. Tefano isn't resisting at all. He doesn't seem to care. Neither does this creature as this matter starts to rise upwards, covering our legs. Terate throws a spear at the creature, stabbing into its body, shocking it, and that gets a reaction out of the thing. As this red matter starts to recede a little, Gretta starts shooting kobas at its head, to little effect. Just then the head is blown off. Karuki turned on the turret on the top of the craft. He shot kobas. Those kinds explode. The monster staggers and falls on the ground around us, and the red matter is pulled back into it. The creature then takes the form of a giant eye with hundreds of pupils floating around in it. Each one then shoots a black beam that's scorching the ground, trees, and our craft. Karuki is quick to jump off the craft as the beam flies across, destroying the turret and blowing off the top of the craft. I get in close and start punching at this thing, cutting into it, but the wounds just fold over, disappearing. Terate grabs a spear and stabs into the eye, causing it to shriek again. It fires black beams from all its eyes. One goes across Terate's body and he falls to the ground. "Terate! Gretta, is he alive?" I shout and Mika can't take anymore.
"That's it! Your partner is dead!"
Mika grips Tefano's throat and is about to rip it out until Tefano snaps out of his trance. "No! We can't give up now!" Tefano shouts, gripping the hair on the back of her head and wrapping his tail around her neck to pull her away before she can mortally wound him. He pulls out a capsule and flicks it at Mika. It bursts and turns into a goo that covers her face. She frantically starts trying to get it off while whipping her tail around to try to keep Tefano away from her. "We have to at least try to see if it's still alive. You can find it even if it's underground, can't you?" The monster stops, but then changes its shape again. The pupils all swirl together, creating an orifice. The rest of the body turns into a 4-legged beast with that orifice where the head should be. It fires such a high-pitched sound that I can actually see the noise. The shriek hits Gretta in the head. So much blood erupts and so quickly I couldn't tell if her entire face was just destroyed. "Gretta!" I shout. I can't lose her. "Mika!" She's gotten that stuff off her mouth and is still trying to get it off her eyes. "Karuki!" I shout, desperate for help, but he's long gone. This monster can do anything, and it replaces any damaged part of itself with one that isn't. Scary, huh? Tefano asks me. Soon this will be mass-produced. It sure puts every other FPW to shame, doesn't it? When I was a kid, I thought being a revolutionary would be fun. But then I grew up, and now seeing this, soon everyone will have to grow up. With an army of these added to Seitan, there will be no win small enough to make being a revolutionary worth it. Instead of accomplishing something, you'll be remembered for. You'll just be throwing yourselves at a giant meat grinder. He's right. Unless this thing has some kind of flaw or weakness, there will be no place for revolutionaries. Agents carry out missions to further Seitan's goals. Officers carry out missions to defend the nation. Soldiers fill in the gaps where these two can't be, and FPWs are the weapons they all use. Seitan could produce these things endlessly and send them throughout the world. If I want a big win, defeating this thing could be my first. If I can find its flaw. I have to save Terate and Gretta too. I can't touch this thing, as anything could come from its body. I have to strike and then move back quickly. There must be some vital part of it somewhere inside it. I move in and slice its body with my blades, and move back when the hands of some animal reach out to grab me. It missed its chance to grab me, so some slimy substance is shot out from the hand, but I block it with my weapon. Mika shoots it on the other side of the body with Gretta's rifle. The monster explodes into a mass of arms, reaches out for both of us. We are both able to dodge the arms and get closer. There isn't much of the body left, so any vital parts must be right here. The arms suddenly grab mine, but Mika shoots them both away and then gets caught herself. The arms throw her into the air. I swing my arm down to the center of this FPW's body, and it cries out in pain as Mika hits the ground. I did it! I definitely felt some kind of organ rupture when I hit it. The arms of the FPW fall on the ground, and it goes silent. You got it! Mika says while on the ground. She must be in pain. We need to get them to the nearest town for help. Kanuki, get out here! We need your help! I know it's nice to assume every enemy has a weak point, but Gretta doesn't. You just heard her, but she's fine. Stefano says that, then I feel all hope fade from my body when I see it. The FBW changes from a little thing with hundreds of arms into a hulking beast with large wings and fangs. It has a tail that wraps around Miga's neck, and I can hear it crush her. It grabs my torso, stabbing me, and then bites into my neck. Its strength is overwhelming. I never thought Sidon could produce invincible weapons like this. I never wanted to die in the middle of nowhere, accomplishing nothing, like a loser. Is this what our lives were meant for? Nothing? I don't know what to do anymore, as I'm being overpowered, and I can feel it start to tear into my body.
Chapter 10. End.